All right. Good morning, everybody. Got 20 minutes left until morning's over. Today, we are going to talk about um, being a nobody and have that being a good thing. I'm going to have Gina read out of Matthew 26 for us, and I will share a little devotional with you guys.
Yeah, good morning to everyone. We're back again to our 5 minute ministry and just gonna read this quickly. Matthew 26, 6 to 13. Okay, listen everyone. While Jesus was in Bethany in the home of a man known as Simon the leper, a woman came to him with an alabaster jar of very expensive perfume which she poured on his head as he was reclining at the table. When the disciples saw this, they were indignant. Why this waste? They asked. This perfume could have been sold at a high price and money given to the poor. 10. Aware of this, Jesus said to them, why are you bothering this woman? She has done a beautiful thing to me. The poor you will always have with you, but you will not always have me. When she poured his perfume on my body, she did it to prepare me for a burial. I tell you the truth. Whatever this gospel is preached throughout the world, what she has done will also be told in memory of her.
So this story, Jesus is saying that the story that the actions that she has done will be remembered forever. But as we read this story, we're not given her name. There's three stories in the New Testament that deal with uh, a woman anointing Jesus with perfume and tears. Um, and I believe that all three of those stories are different instances, and that's for a discussion for another day. So we're going to put that this woman is unnamed. This is an unnamed woman who did something wonderful for Jesus and got no recognition for it. And so therefore she was a nobody, but she did good. Um, and what's that say for my testimony? Uh, Whenever we as Christians go to church, we tithe. And there's always a name connected to that tithe. There's always some kind of recognition to the money that we give. What if we were to go to church and we would give our tithe, or we would give something to a mission, or we would donate to, say, Christmas for a underprivileged child or something like that? Um, but you were to get no recognition with that for that. Um, for most people, that would be okay. For others, they would go, no, I want my name attached to that. I want them to know that I've given something. And Jesus was like that. Gina had mentioned something that was actually pretty interesting, was that it's our human nature for us to get, that pat on the back, excuse me, that pat on the back saying, oh, you did a good job. Thank you for doing this. Um, but that's not what the Lord's asking for. The Lord did not present this woman's name to everybody because he knew that her name was not what was important. It was the action that she did that was important. Um, it was, because if there was, what was it? You said First Corinthians verse.
10:31.
Yeah.
Whatever you do it all for the glory of God.
Yeah. So you're doing it for the glory of God. You're not doing it for your own, pat on the back. You're not doing it for that name recognition. You do the things that you do for the love of Christ. You do the things that you do for the things that you've accomplished, for the acts that you've done, even though the acts are not the huge thing that's important, but the name recognition is even less important. Um, so, and it leads me to remember something that happened to us about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And we had went in and we had seen somebody that I had known from before. And he introduced me to somebody that he was working with, and he said, as a Christian, this is somebody that I look up to. When I went into this establishment, I wasn't looking for name recognition. I was just looking, to get fed. It was a restaurant. I was just looking for food. I wasn't looking for any kind of name recognition. But those times when Jesus wants you to get the recognition, he'll present that time to you. You don't need to go looking for it. Those times will present themselves. Anything else you want to share?
Yeah, I just like to say something about that. It's really good to accept appreciation, but then we know that's not it's natural. Oh, Greg, thank you so much for helping me. Thank you so much for loving me. Thank you for your care and understanding. That's natural. God doesn't even say that. Oh, no need to appreciate or even say thank you. Of course, when somebody, even if it is unbeliever and non-believer, they will appreciate what you did, and all God knows about it. And you are so happy when you did something, even it's not the way I look at it. That perfume is really very expensive. When you give something, you don't need, oh, this is so expensive. Even in the church, let's say you're helping someone or you're giving it to the church. Oh, my share is so expensive. This is a thousands of thousands, and I give it to. No, it is with you that comes from your heart, and you know it because this is for the glory of God, and you never even say that anything that goes on that, oh, this is really, I did it because I gave a lot, I gave this, I gave. No, not to mention it at all. So that's all I just realized, because that woman gave that, or he poured that in the feet of Jesus. What, it's so expensive. So that's why somebody said, oh, why not sell it and give it to the money that you
Yeah.
sold from that, give it to the poor. And what the Lord said on the last, it said that it will be remembered, and he's just doing it. I don't know what is this, but that's really clear to me that uh, wherever, this is very important. If I tell you the truth, wherever this gospel preached throughout the world, what she has done will also be told in memory of her. See?
Yeah. It's the action. It's not the name. What would you want more remembered about yourself? Would you want your name remembered more, or the actions that you did remembered more? Um, just ask yourself this question. Would you be willing to go into church or go into any kind of charity event and give something that would be worth a lot of money and get no recognition for it? If you are willing to do something like that, if you're willing to give without recognition, if you're willing to give without getting anything in return, because even someone gives at church, you always at the beginning of the year, just before your taxes you get something from the church that says this is how much you've given to the church, so that you can use it as a tax write-off. Would you be willing to just circumvent that write-off and say, you know what, I don't need that. That was for God. I don't need to get anything paid back for that. And some people would be okay with that, and some people would go, no, I want to get my, I want that to get recognized. So just ask yourself that, if you're willing to do all these great things for Christ and never have your name recognized,
Yeah.
because that's sort of what happened with this lady. But even 2,000 years later, we're still talking about this.
Yes.
We're still, today we preached about this lady, and we're remembering her today. So, and we're not remembering her name, but we're remembering the actions that she did.
Amen.
Everyone, that's what I got for the day. So God bless, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank
God
you.
bless everyone.